What's up friends, Moses here from Driver Success. I hope you guys are doing well. So CAC asked me a question. He wanted to know what made me choose this career, and so today I just want to kind of share with you my story and why I chose to be in this industry.
Trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on my fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I don't wanna be trapped in a box. I just wanna go my own way. 'Cause I am on my way. 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 I am on my way.
Just made it to my second stop, so let's go check in.
I'm on my way now. 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 I don't wanna be trapped in a box. I just wanna go my own way. 'Cause I am on my way.
When I moved into the US, one of the first industry I went into was I'm gonna just call it industrial, because I started out working in warehouses, like doing packaging and driving forklifts and stand-up lifts, doing picking orders. And then from warehouses I went to a manufacturing plant, where we are manufacturing braces for the teeth. And then from there I decided to go into sales. I sold different stuff. I remember selling beds, craft beds. They would set up appointments for me and I would go visit clients to sell beds. And then I went into the financial industry again, that is sales. I was selling life insurance, mortgages, and investments. And then the last thing I did before coming into trucking was car sales. The reason why I got into sales was when I was working in warehouses and also in the manufacturing plant, I realized that I did not really do well with direct supervision. And what I mean by that is I don't like it when somebody is always watching what I'm doing. And so I got tired of that atmosphere and went into sales because there was that kind of independence where I felt like, okay, I'm by myself, I'm just gonna do sales. So I liked that that work environment where I was independent. So either I would have, like in some jobs, they would set up appointments for me to go and meet with clients. But then, like in the financial industry, I had to do my own prospecting, get my own clients. And the reason why I left sales is because I wasn't good at prospecting. And if you're not good at prospecting, at following up, sales isn't good for you. So my paychecks were up and down because they were not consistent because I wasn't good at prospecting. So because even in car sales, like you had to do some prospecting and then you had to wait for people to come on the lot. But again, it was like up and down, so that wasn't working for me. And then I remembered somebody had recommended earlier on that trucking was really good. I could make good money, truck drivers make good money. So I decided to that maybe that's what I should do, because one, I needed a steady paycheck, and secondly, I needed independence. And those two things are what really sold me into trucking. Being able to have a steady paycheck, at least it wasn't as volatile as sales. And secondly, having that independence where nobody was watching over me. Those two things are the things that sold me into trucking. And I think even up to now, when I think about, like, sometimes I think about maybe becoming a manager in the office, and the only thing that just puts me off is in office politics, because I just don't know how to deal with it. So I prefer this independence where I'm out on my own by myself. As long as I deliver and pick up on time, as long as I get my work done, I'm happy being away by myself. Now, along the way, I did also see other advantages that I hadn't thought about. Things like being able to get a job almost anywhere you go. For example, when I moved from California to Texas, I didn't first secure a job and then move. I moved knowing well that as long as I get to Texas, there will be a job. And exactly that's what happened. I just moved. Everybody was like, "Are you sure? Did you get a job or what?" I'm like, "No, I don't even worry about it. When I get there, a job will be waiting." So I got here, and as soon as I was done settling in, I just made some applications. JB Hunt hired me right away. The other thing, of course, that I saw when I started out, because I was over the road, I got the opportunity to be over the road and see the country, visit states that by now I wouldn't have already visited, but I was able to do that. The other thing I like about it, especially here in Hazlet, JB Hunt, one of the things I really appreciate is the flexibility that I have with it. That's why one of the things, like, so far I've had some companies try to recruit me, and they are promising more money, and I believe they pay more money. But the reason I haven't been able to go with them is because they don't have the flexibility that I have here at JB Hunt. Just to give you an example, when I came here to Hazlet, when I started out at the 11 a.m. shift. I would start at 11 a.m. Then after some time, I realized that shift wasn't working for me because I didn't get to see my family as much as I wanted to, or as much as I used to when I was starting at 2 p.m. So when I was in California, I used to start at 2 p.m. So I decided to change from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. JB Hunt didn't have any problem with it. So I changed. I like that flexibility. Then when our family situation changed, where my wife now had to go back into working, again, I was able to ask for a shift where now I only work 4 days. That is something that I get here at the Hazlet terminal that you can't get with other companies. So the fact that I have that flexibility, I appreciate that about JB Hunt. For me, at this point in time, this is what works for me. So for me right now, it's not the money, how much I earn. It is the priority of my wife and children at this moment. That doesn't mean that things don't change in the future. And again, That's the thing I like about trucking, because if things changed, we needed to make more money, or say children are grown and I needed to go over the road to make more money, I can do that. If I decided I want to do something where I'm away some nights from home and then come back, like, there is that flexibility. If we decided we wanted to move from Texas and go somewhere else, we could do that and and I don't have to worry about finding a job in another state. So those are small things that come with trucking, but things that make a huge difference. Now, when I came into trucking, I didn't know about those. But again, to go back to the question that CSC was asking, the two things that really attracted me to the industry were I wanted a steady paycheck, and I wanted the independence, the ability to work by myself. And that's how I ended up becoming a truck driver. So the time right now is 12:24. That means past midnight. I've been here since 17:15. They almost pulled me out, but at the time they were pulling me out, that's when these guys started loading me up. I saw another driver here that we got here at the same time. Our appointments were at 1800, but he was also here, also stuck, because these guys have been delayed. So anyway, it's now, so from 17:15 to 12, right now it's 12:25. I've been stuck here, but I'm ready to go. I'm heading to the rail, and I guess after I in-gate, I will be leaving. That will be it for the day. So, all right, if I don't talk to you again, I'll see you in the next one. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.